Hey everybody, welcome back to our live feed. Hunter Flanders had his phone, and it's an old decrepit phone. So if somebody's got a used phone, like a little Galaxy 9,
Sure.
you'd be happy with that. He's looking to buy one.
A decrepit phone?
Right? Your batteries wore out.
Slow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from 2017, so it's not bad.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Back then it was probably quite the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, what about this weather, everybody? Absolutely kind of crazy. You know, they were saying like a week ago that this Friday temperatures were going to dip down. They were going to be the highs of like 12 and or the lows about 12 and the highs about 18. Now they totally changed this whole thing, and next week looks like it's going to get back in the 30s. It's crazy to think about that, you know. And basically, on Winnebago, we're dealing with, 7 to some places that you might be stretching 9 inches of ice.
It's a mild winter.
Very mild, and not expected at all. We were up on Green Bay fishing on Sunday. We were off the West Shore, and as far across as we could see, it was solid ice. Yesterday morning, we got there in the dark, and it started getting light, and I looked out there, and we were only fishing offshore about 200 yards, and looked out there as it started getting light, and I'm like, man, does that look weird? And all of a sudden, yep, all open water. It's amazing. I can't imagine, like, the guys that just guide on Green Bay, man. My sympathy goes out to them guys big time, I've been guiding full time for over 28 years now, and I've seen a lot of ups and downs in the business, and it's crazy this year to see these mild conditions like this. We haven't seen this in a long time, and what a bad year to have a warm year, because there's more people now than I've ever seen before enjoying the outdoors. I mean, ice fishing is definitely on fire as far as the people wanting to go out and do it. And to have a mild winter just kind of stinks, because what it's doing is it's putting everybody into the few good places that there is to fish. And, everybody's congregating on that, which you can't blame anybody for doing it,
Mm-hmm. Hey, why don't you keep eating your pizza?
Well, I can't talk and eat at the same time. I don't really like this pizza. Did I mention that?
Yeah. Hey, what show is on this week?
Why don't you tell everybody? That I can keep.
You're the
my
host,
pizza.
man.
Well, I am once in a while the host.
When we have the other guys, tell them. What show's on this week?
We got our Chippewa Falls.
Chippewa County,
Excuse me. Chippewa County show with Andrew from Beavertail.
Check out some nice perch.
Oh yeah, working on the perch video right now for you guys, and hopefully we can show you guys what's to come the following week.
Yeah. A lot going on.
We always have a lot going on, which is good. Anybody got any good bites that they want to share? Can't say I blame you if you don't.
Trim said a truck went through in Rice Lake yesterday.
Did it really?
Okay, yeah.
Did the people get out okay?
Yep.
They did good. Bad for the truck, good for the drivers.
Yeah. That's what you got insurance for. If they cover it.
I've done that already, believe me. They cover it.
They do?
As long as you got full coverage. A lot of people don't realize that most insurance companies do cover your vehicle as long as you have full coverage on your vehicle.
Well, boy, my truck's not looking that good these days.
You got full coverage?
Eel pout,
Right.
Looks like I should probably start scouting.
You probably should. I bet you could make it across Winnebago. You went full bore. If you went about 40 miles an hour without stopping. You can't go any faster than that. Even 40 might be. I'd say,
30.
35.
Just hammered it. Should we do a little test run?
As long as it's okay with you. I'll drive it.
I mean, we can film it on the drone.
Right? I'll definitely drive it. What's anybody else got going on this afternoon?
Do hot dogs really work for pike on tip-ups?
They work extremely well, especially on water that is semi-stained. Clear bodies of water, not as well. But semi-stained water, definitely. And the cheaper the hot dog, the better.
The cheaper the hot dog. Would you use this pizza on it?
It's not a cheap pizza, but it's not my kind of pizza. I'm not a big deep dish guy. And I don't like the way the cheese is. The cheese is like, it doesn't just snap. I like when the cheese kind of snaps. And this cheese doesn't.
That's great pizza.
That's good. I'm glad you like it. Right? I'll give you $30.
Kyle said, I thought you gave up Sundrop.
I don't know what Kyle's talking about. It's a Sundrop can with water in it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's being eco-friendly.
That's right. There was a can laying around here. We didn't have any clean cups, so I dumped some water in it.
Jeff wants to know how he gets one of those hats, Mike's Country Meats hats.
Oh, boy. They're probably not that hard to come by. I think if you called up there and talked to Sean up there and ordered some jerky up at Tigerton, he would definitely probably send you one. I shouldn't be speaking for him, but I know Sean. He's a good guy. And Mike.
Doug's scheduled to go out with Lonnie at the end of the month for walleye and whitefish. What are the chances he's able to make it out?
I hate to say that it's not going to make it because I don't. Then all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, Lonnie's going to be calling me, right?
Yeah, and you don't want to eat crow. I heard it doesn't taste that good.
Right? No, it's not. Lonnie, if there's a sliver of safe ice, he will find it, right? You team him and Brett Alexander, them guys. If there's any safe ice in JJ, they will find it, right?
Jeremy says you're supposed to head up and film with Brett King in Pool 4.
Really, I wouldn't mind doing that. Something different.
Boy, last time we saw Brett Kingfish, it didn't go so well for him.
What happened?
Remember that was at Mill Axe on the AIM? It was you, me, and Kent, and Jacob, and King,
Yeah.
and Shooter, and Chase.
Yeah.
I don't think he caught a fish.
That's unusual for him, though. He's a good fisherman. Really good fisherman. I fished with him on that pool. He's kicked my butt every time.
Right. Tim wants to know about safe places to get out on Huygen.
I don't know. I haven't been there in, a week and a half now. We just, once the people come, we're gone. Yeah. Not saying that they're not still catching fish out there, but it's just not my favorite place to fish.
Right. Hey, when we talk about the Wings Over Wisconsin raffle that we got.
Oh, that is a good idea. Why don't
Yeah,
you talk about it?
February 6th at the Legion in Mayville. You got Wings Over Wisconsin Sportsman's raffle. If you guys haven't been to if you haven't been to a Wings Over Wisconsin banquet before, a raffle, it's something to see.
Isn't it virtual, though?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
the virtual version is something to see.
Right. You got to do what you got to do, right? Mm-hmm. Stay safe.
How's the ice on Petenwell?
Ice is not too bad. If I was going to go fish anywhere, Petenwell would definitely be the place to fish. The ice isn't too bad, and definitely the fish are biting. If you can, especially if you can find a sunny day. We did have sun yesterday for a while. We were out on the Bay Green Bay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to think about that when that thing came out.
Joe says, "Hey Larry, Wapaga native here. What's your call on the Packer game this weekend? Thanks for being awesome and giving us something to look forward to every week."
I appreciate that. I am, no doubt, not a football person whatsoever. So, nothing wrong with it. You would know. I didn't even know the Packers were playing.
I got nothing to say.
You got, really?
I'm not a sports guy either.
You're not? Who is? Any of these guys?
I'm a sports guy.
There you go.
He's not shy about it.
These sports guy.
No, I think they're going to do all right this week. I think it's going to be a challenge because the Rams have a pretty good D, but I anticipate with it being at Lambeau and it being cold, I think they're going to be all right.
And I think they're going to have fans in this week, right? Like,
I think there's a couple, yeah.
How many?
Limited. I don't know what
5,000 fans or something?
I don't remember what the number is, but I think that'll help a lot. I think the cold helps a lot. And it's a team from LA.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right.
Right. What's your favorite way to cook whitefish?
Deep fry.
Deep fry?
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. One thing I do want to say, and I'm not going to get into politics with you guys, but when they took a knee there to the flag, that's what happened to a little bit of football I watch. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm a true believer in this country, and I love our military people with everything we got. You know, and there's a lot of people that shed a lot of blood for this country, and I'm going to stand by them all the way for sure. So,
John says gold or red hooks?
Oh, ice fishing. I'm going to say ice fishing. I'm going to say definitely gold. Small, 16s or 20s. Well,
Scott wants to know if there's any ice in Sturgeon Bay.
I highly doubt if there's any ice after. Right now, the wind is blowing out of the east too. Whatever's over there is probably sitting out in the middle of the lake. I will guarantee you the stuff that we were on yesterday is probably gone, right? With that east wind, it's supposed to blow, I think, almost up to 20 out of the east, and we were on that west shore, and it got soft. Last night when we came in, the last guys that came in dropped their snowmobile through. They got out, but they dropped her through, so, yep.
When are you going to go on a mountain lion hunt?
That is definitely on my bucket list. There's no doubt about that. And I would love to have probably Lucy shoot it, but I'd like to be on that hunt for sure. I'd like to have one for in the office. You know what?
Good spot.
Yep. Great spot. A mountain lion is definitely a cool animal. You know, that would be. I don't have to shoot it myself, but I would definitely like. I'd love to see her shoot with her bow. Right.
With the bow?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
You know.
Yep. Any more ice fishing, magnet fishing in the works?
You know, if that is probably. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because that's a good possibility. It really is. But we got to get some ice. Like the places I like to go magnet fishing are usually where there's current.
Yeah.
And there's no way that I'm messing with anything right now.
Scott says he's set up to go for a guide with Lance at the end of the month on Bago. Is it still good?
It will be by then, right?
Yep.
And I'll probably be out there with him.
James wants to know if you've been out on Bago lately.
I was out on Monday and Tuesday. Got a few fish off of Oshkosh. There's definitely some fish out there to be had. There's no doubt. It's hard for us to run clients on that 6 inches ice, especially when we had the last 2 days of warm weather.
Do you think there should be limited wolf tags in the UP?
I'm not a wolf fan, so I mean, hate to say this, but take them all. That's my philosophy on the wolves.
What's your all-time favorite walleye jigging lure?
Oh, all-time.
Probably ice. Let's just go ice.
Ice fishing? Man, that's a tough one. I don't even know what to say on that. All-time favorite one.
Dude, come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're going to say...
I'm not even going to say what you think I'm going to say.
You're going to say Lance's Golden Hammer.
No.
Well, I know last year I got a 14-pounder on a herky-jerky chub. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's... I don't know. That really varies. I mean, it's hard to, like, say just one bait, but I know a Castmaster is pretty tough to beat most of the time, too. I'm just trying to think of versatile baits, but I'm a river guy, too, so I'll take a slowpoke jig. You and I, last year when we were up there on Wolf, we whacked them big time.
Rich wants to know what you're running for an auger.
I'm running a Strike Master, and it's really so far been a killer auger. Yep, the electric. You know, we talked about this the other day when we were on the lake, and I'm sure everybody would agree with it. It's kind of funny now when you do hear that rare rumble of a gas engine going, you kind of look and it's just like, you know, it makes you turn your head where it used to just be, you know, that was a norm. Mm-hmm. So the electric is really the way to go. There's no doubt about that. You know, of course, you know, we're not cutting right now through 20, 30 inches of ice. You know, we're cutting through, 6 to 11 inches at the most. But they sent us a couple of Strike Masters, and that they really seem to be great augers. And I'll tell you why I leaned on the Strike Master. And they did send them to us. We just kind of put that out on Facebook, what we thought was we were going to buy actually an Ion and a Strike Master. And we didn't go buy an Ion yet, but they did send us a couple of Strike Masters. And so far, that Strike Master is awesome, and Tommy Hicks has been running that auger for like 3 years. And if there's a few people that we deal with in our business that are really on top of what's going on, and I would say Tommy is definitely one of them that really is dialed on things, and so I take his opinion very strong on what he runs and what he does, and so far, like I said, we've had it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. And it's been cutting like crazy. It's a little bit different than the brand that we were running before, because that Strike Master just wants to actually dig so hard that you got to kind of, like, right before it goes through, you kind of got to let up on it a little bit and don't put any power on it. Basically just let the auger do its work, where I'm used to putting pressure on an auger to get it to go through. That thing is just like, once you get used to it, it's like nothing. But the first couple times, yeah, it almost sucked me right down a hole. It's just amazing how aggressive that cutting technology is on that Strike Master. I'd like to try the Ion, you know, and we probably will end up buying one of these days, you know.
Dakota wants to know if you hit any trout through the ice yet. Yeah,
we were actually going up by Tommy Hicks and fishing up by him for some trout.
Yep.
That's
Nick's,
probably one of my favorite things.
For the trout.
Yeah.
Nick's going up to Upper Red tonight for the first time. Any advice?
I would definitely take some pink hooks and red hooks with you, single hooks for sure. That's probably the most advice I would give you. I mean, for the good, you know, for the night bite right there. But, you know, that's one of them kind of things where if you're renting a shack, a sleeper shack, it's always nice to have something else where you can be mobile in the daytime and move around and try to get on the fish, you know.
Scott wants to know at Northwest Angle Lake of the Woods show this year.
You're
September.
probably going to see one this summer. I'm hoping that rest of the Canadians lift their, you know, their whatever you want to call it. Band, or lift the, you know, open the border back up and get things rolling. You know, I can't imagine. Yesterday I had a guy out that had a resort for 12 years, and we were talking about that. Can't imagine economically what has happened if that stays closed another year. 1 year, just think about that, having a business, and for 1 year you cannot get any revenue from it. You know, that's pretty tough. I mean, I feel for a lot of people this year or last year, 2021, was a very tough year for them. But, you know, that's the cool part about being an American, though. We're survivors, man. I mean, we'll make it through anything. You can put anything throw anything at us, and we're going to bounce back. So, I mean, that's the cool part, again, of being an American. I don't think there's any other country that people are as resilient as this country right here. And, you know, we're that way because we've had a lot of ups and downs. And, you know, sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world, is to experience really good things and then experience bad things too. So it just kind of balances things out, toughens you up.
Right.
I always say, one of the I'm so grateful in life that one of the biggest things I never realized when we were growing up how poor we were, and that was really a good thing because it really gave you a lot of, you know, you were used to dealing with a lot of tough things. So when you get older and you're used to not having a lot of things and dealing with things like that, it just helps you get through them.
You ever use a Jig Whopper?
Jig Whopper is a good jig for sure. I have many of them.
What's your drink of choice? So if Tanner ever sees you out, what he should buy you?
You know what? I really like. What do I like? What do I always tell you to get when you go into Quick Trip?
Buy drinks.
Buy drinks, right?
Yeah. The buys.
The coconut.
Coconut one. Yeah.
Right. The coconut's the best for sure.
Steve from Smallmouth Addiction on Green Lake says wants to hook up this summer and hook up on some big smallies.
I'd be all about it for sure. I love Big Green too. I'm always willing to learn more too, and that's such a great body of water. There's a ton of smallmouth in there.
Your phone's acting weird now. Just turned the camera back on me.
Oh.
Huh.
Is that weird?
It's kind of weird. It's acting weird. It's kind of zooming in and stuff. Let's see here. Are perch eggs good to eat?
That's a funny thing that you brought up, because my dad, again, like I was just saying, when we grew up, we did not have a lot, and he would cook them things up, and he put flour on them and fry them in butter. I thought they were absolutely horrible.
All right.
Right? But he loved them, so I don't know. I mean, I don't like that taste.
Worms or grubs or spikes for bluegills ice fishing?
Oh, worms, grubs, or spikes. I'm going to make it really easy. Plastics or beaver tail, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm going to say. So you don't have to deal with any of them.
That's pretty much about it today.
Yeah, that's pretty good though. I appreciate that. You know.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on our live feed. Hey, make sure you guys check out again all of our social media. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel for sure on that. Subscribe to that. You know, we put so much stuff on the YouTube channels that we don't put on network. You definitely are. If you're not checking out our YouTube, you're definitely missing out on a lot of great content. But again, we appreciate everything everybody does for us. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. So remember, it's a great day to be alive.